Hi there, hope you're having a good day and welcome back to another video. We got a really good one today and they finally released here in Canada, and this is the Adidas Harden Volume 6.
Tell me what is up, tell me what we doing today. Haven't seen you for a while cause you pushed me away. Don't know what I did to you, you don't even know what I've been through. Shawty, I want you to stay close to me, cause I think that we are supposed to be. I just wanna have you here for the long run. Don't know why you try to make it impossible.
So first things first, I feel like this is quite important. I personally struggled a lot with sizing on Adidas basketball shoes, with the Dames, Trae Young 1s, the T-Max shoes. So my true size is a 10.5. I know that I should probably go down a half size in many cases, but I still sometimes get my true size, which is 10.5. This time with the Harden 6, I was pretty determined to get a size 10, which is half a size down, and they fit me perfectly. So in case you're wondering, I would definitely recommend going down a half size for the Harden Volume 6. I really like all the colorways of this shoe so far. I also ordered the pink one. I think those look super cool. They're on the way, and this one's also like a nice bright color combination of aqua blue and yellow. They retail for $140 US or $200 Canadian. So I know that a lot of people consider these a top performer, and after playing in them, I do love the core feel and everything. However, there is also one downside as well. So let's get started. This is what the box looks like if you care about it. The letters stand for Harden Volume 6. And on the first look, this is sort of like in between a low top and mid top. The cut is slightly higher than previous Harden shoes, but I can tell you now that they still feel pretty low to the ground. The traction is this herringbone pattern. Near the front lateral side, the pattern is tighter and more like squeezed together in that gray color. This rubber also does feel very sturdy, so even though I haven't played with them outside yet, I think they will be good for outdoor use. But do correct me if I'm wrong. And moving on, I think one of the most important features of this shoe is the Achilles cushion pads near the heels. Pretty big pieces, there's like 5 of them, and it's almost like a memory foam kind of padding, which feels really nice and is for sure an upgrade from the Harden 5. And on the medial side, you can see the exposed boost. So the Harden Volume 6 does feature boost, which is good for the money that you're paying, I guess. Material wise, you can see that the toe box is not mesh this time. It does feel very soft and bends pretty easily. And for the weight, they are about average, I would say. Not a light shoe, but they won't feel heavy on foot either, if that makes sense. As for how they perform on the court, the Harden Volume 6 is a top tier performer to me, and no doubt about that. It's got excellent cushioning. Obviously with the boost midsole, your expectations are probably high already to begin with, but it didn't disappoint. They feel pretty soft and responsive at the same time. There's a pretty decent compression on the heels. It feels better than it looks actually. And for the vertical movements, like jumping up and down, the impact protection is good. Maybe the caging did help. The traction is great as well. From my experience, they were squeaky and they do give you a pretty hard stop. They did pick up some dust, but it was really easy to wipe off. For the fit, it's got a pretty wide base, so I would say that this is wide foot friendly. And like I said, going forward, I would definitely go down a half size with most Adidas basketball shoes. Like this one, if I can't physically try them on in store, I would just go down a half size. And I should also applaud Adidas for finally giving us some more eyelets this time. It just helps a lot to adjust the fit. Remember the Trae Young 1s with only 3 eyelets? So there is one downside to these as well, and that is breathability. Because the materials are not thin, they also aren't very breathable. So if you run some pickup games consecutively for like a few hours, you might just feel really sweaty in there. And maybe that's just me being so used to mesh material these days, because really more modern basketball shoes today have thin materials rather than heavier and nice quality layers. But overall, this problem isn't like a huge concern, especially if you value the other factors more. So because of the top tier traction and cushioning, the Harden Volume 6 is definitely a top performer. I was really happy with what Adidas came up with this time. This shoe does remind me of the first Hardens. I didn't have the 2s, loved the 3s and 4s, but hated the 5s. So it's good to see that the Harden 6 is back on track again. As always, please let me know how you feel about them down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.